Hey, we're back at you from We Still Could Central. I'm Dan.
I'm David. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back today.
We still can.
If
he were sought.
So, you might be familiar with this volcano that blew up. It was in Iceland, Greenland. I always get those confused.
Iceland.
So, Iceland. Let's go with Iceland. And that's really wrecked air travel in Europe because of the plumes of ash and smoke. But what really caught my eye about this, as I cover my eyes, is...
Hey, can I interrupt you 1 second? Okay, hang on a second. Before we go into this, and these are just our opinions, so, you don't like it, turn us off, whatever you want to do. Burn us to a CD and then go burn that, pour gas on it, whatever you want to do. But here's what we took away from it, and this is what I want to ask you to do right now. Flip on this switch, turn your bullshit meter on.
Yes.
Okay? We got to have that on. We got to have that working. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. Continue.
That's good. So, the idea behind my rant today is global warming. And I consider it a social science because, in 5 years they figured out everything that has to do with temperature change on this planet, and they tell us it's man-made when the real evidence indicates that it's a cyclical problem. Okay? Fine. You can buy into that. You can choose the UN's version. That's okay. But we have this volcano that goes off, and for the last 4 or 5 years, all the studies are showing that all the ice in Greenland or Iceland or wherever this, all the glaciers in that area are melting, and they're melting at an enormously rapid rate compared to historical surveys that they've done. Well, all of a sudden there's a volcano exploding from underneath there. So what do you think the reality is? There's a volcano under the ice spewing up heat, melting the ice. That's stuff coming up out of the earth, messing with the ice, floating in the water. Not all of our carbon and our cars creating global warming, melting the ice in the North Atlantic.
Now, let's not misunderstand. We're not doubting that all of our carbon and our cars and our factories aren't having some type of an impact on our globe.
No, just
no
don't
doubt.
blame us for everything.
Yeah, but let's just put it in the right perspective, and there have been other scientists and experts that have clearly come out and stated that the data that they were feeding us was incorrect, and that they really didn't have all the answers that they said they had, and that they couldn't pinpoint as many things as they were claiming they could. So, okay, that's, wherever our bullshit meters are going to be with that, that's where it's going to be. But let's take a look at the statement that was just said, that the volcano was caused by global warming. Now, going back to what Dan's statement is, I thought to myself, well, how could you actually replicate some type of an experiment based on the claims that they're saying? They're saying that the Earth's too hot and it's melting all the ice. So I thought to myself, okay, and maybe you want to go try this at home. Go get some ice and go get a blow dryer. And put it on the counter. Put the ice in your shoe. It doesn't matter where you put it, but turn the blow dryer on and just let it and see what happens. Okay, that's the claim. It's going to melt, right? It's going to melt, it's going to ooze, it's going to go all over the place. It's going to wind up dropping off the island of Iceland and falling into the ocean. That's what would happen if that were the case. Now let's look at what's really happening. Go to a state, go up to Idaho, hop in your car, drive to Idaho, because I believe they still sell fireworks there. In fact, I know they do. And go get yourself an M80. Take that same amount of ice, stick an M80 under it, and light the M80. And then run back a few feet and wait for that thing to blow off and see what happens to the ice. Boom! Boom! Okay, it's clearly a different source of energy and clearly a different result.
Yeah, so, it happens a lot faster with the boom, so you can see it happening more rapidly than with the hair dryer set even on high. Do you get it? They don't, and that's where the ding on our bullshit meter is going off loud and clear today. As the skies clear in the North Atlantic and planes once again are able to fly.
Look, we kind of get excited about this stuff. We get passionate about this stuff. And you know, honestly, we are passionate about this stuff, and everybody has their opinions. This is just ours. But again, whenever we hear something or read something, you know, Dan and I have really had to take it upon ourselves to for our own satisfaction. Is this truthful or not? Because either something's truthful or something is not truthful, and we have to start standing on what's truthful. And I don't believe that this statement is a truthful statement. So my BS meter went way off the scale, and I have to go back to, man, you know, we're just being fed all kinds of stuff. And as a result of that, it's creating all kinds of policies. You know, somehow they're gonna probably wind up trying to wrap this into more propaganda and more propping up of this naughty little cap and trade thing that we'll start talking about.
Oh yeah.
That they're still trying to pass, which again is just something that, you know, kind of scares me. You know, you watch the news right now and there's a whole lot of other distractions, and I don't want to get sidetracked on that, but I have to say to myself, whenever they're focusing on all this stuff and they're creating a lot of distractions, and you don't really hear a lot about directly what's happening at the Capitol building, boy, I don't know about you, but that's scary to me, because that kind of says, what are those guys up to?
Yeah.
That's just kind of more trickery that they're happening, going on behind the scenes. They've proven it to us time and time again. So, you know, again, where's your meter going off? But we bring it back. We try to bring it back to a higher state of consciousness. Dan and I are firm believers that the challenges that we face right now, while they are man-made, they cannot be humanly solved. So we're going to continue to bring you this stuff in sometimes maybe the ridiculous fashion that we do.
It's fun, you know. There's a never-ending stream of items that we will bring to you. All we have to do is log on or turn on the TV, and we have tons of material to come and say, hey, what do you think about this?
So,
and that's what we're here. What do you think about it? We know we need help. We know it's not man-solvable because it's man-made. We need help from a higher power. We buy into that. We believe that. Hope you do too.
So with that, you know, all the change is going to come from within. It has to start with me, him, and it has to start with you. And we really need, you know, and your friends, and tell somebody else. And, you know, we just need to start really taking a look at what is truth and what is not. And if it's not, we need to discard it, and we need to continue to stand up for what we know is truth. And with that,
I have nothing else for this episode.
Okay.
Thanks for coming by.
All right.
We'll see you real soon.
Love you. See you later. Bye.